Aloha mai kākou, aloha. O wau o Kīlauea a I oli o Anakē Kalei. Mahalo nui loa no hui ana keia I keia la. Mahalo. Aloha everybody, my name is Kīlauea or Anakē Kalei, and I'm very appreciative for all of us joining together today. Mahalo. Today I'll be sharing with you a mo'olelo from moku o Hawai'i, from the island of Hawai'i, the largest island of the Hawaiian chain. Larger than all of the other islands combined, and in the south, home to one of the world's most active volcanoes in Mauna Loa of Kīlauea, which is presided over by Pele, the goddess of fire. To the north of Hawai'i Island lives the world's tallest mountain from the sea floor, known as Mauna Kea or Mauna Kea. Presided over by 4 maidens of Hawai'i: Lilinoi, goddess of the mists; Kahopokane, goddess of Hualalai, a fellow neighboring volcano; Waiau, goddess of the lake; and goddess of snow, ice, and cold, the great Poli'ahu. This mo'olelo today tells about the meeting of Poli'ahu, goddess of snow, and Pele, goddess of fire. E ho'oma'a koukou? Ai. In Hawaii, hōlua, or sled racing, was one of the most favorite pa'ani, most favorite games in all the land. It was an opportunity for Hawaii to show their strength, their wit, their courage, their skill. And among the most courageous, among the strongest, among the most skilled, was that Poli'ahu, the goddess of snow. She enjoyed hōlua sled racing so much. And on the hōlua, made of beautiful wood, she wouldn't sled down the snowy mantle of Mauna Kea where she presided. She would actually sled among the people of Hawaii, down the grassy slopes south of her home. And the hōlua, you would ride opu down, belly down, and head first, speeding down the grassy hill. And so Poli'ahu and her snow maidens would enjoy this pa'ani time after time, winning almost every race, until one day a new challenger arrived, a wahine Hawai'i that they didn't recognize. They had never seen her before, or so they thought. She looked skilled, she looked strong, and she had fire in her eyes. She challenged Poli'ahu to a hōlua sled race, and Poli'ahu obliged. All the people of Hawai'i Island were there to watch, excited, wondering who would win hōlua. E kahi, e lua, e kolu. They raced down the hillside on their hōlua, opu down, po'o first. Now this newcomer was very skilled indeed. She was beating Poli'ahu. She was ahead of her, and Poli'ahu raced behind this woman's feet. But she would not let her get away. Right at the very last moment, with all of her skill and all of her strength, Poli'ahu pulled in to finish the race first. There's many cheers across the crowd. Poli'ahu wins again, a most beloved goddess of Hawai'i. The women stood and Poli'ahu nodded to her opponent. Her opponent wasn't so hau'oli, wasn't so happy. She could see the red glow on her skin, and everyone began to wonder, who is this wahine Hawai'i? Soon, the aina, the land beneath their feet, began to warm. Vela e. It's hot. And then Poli'ahu realized who her challenger was. This must be Pele, the goddess of Kīlauea, the goddess of fire and lava. And just at that moment of realization, the aina began to crack. The earth began to fissure, and out came spouting fountains of lava. And Pele sought to destroy her opponent. At this, Poli'ahu began to run back towards the snow mantle of her home, and Pele chased quickly behind, with all of her fire, all of her lava, all of her anger and jealousy and strength. But just as Pele was about to reach her with the tips of her flames, Poli'ahu reached the snow mantle, the summit of Mauna Kea where she presided, and there her powers grew stronger. She turned back onto her opponent with Lilinoi, Kahopokane, and Waiau at her side, the maidens of Mauna Kea, and together they began throwing mist in the direction of Pele. They began to throw cold and ice and lightning, storming clouds above, and snow falling all across the land of Hawai'i, from the summit of Mauna Kea, pushing Pele through Mauna Loa, through Kīlauea, all the way to the edge of the island, into the water. And when lava hits the moana, when lava hits the ocean, it hardens and steam begins to pour out of their meeting. And at that moment, Poli'ahu and the maidens with her succeeded in driving Pele out of their land. Pele, defeated, retreated back to the depths of Kīlauea where her power was most strong. And from that day on, Pele was ruler over the south side of Mokunui o Hawai'i, and Poli'ahu the north. And that is the mo'olelo of Poli'ahu, the goddess of snow, and Pele, the goddess of fire. Mahalo nui loa for sharing with me in that mo'olelo. Before we part today, I do want to share with you a little bit more about Mauna Kea, about Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is currently threatened by the building of what we refer to as TMT, or the 30-meter telescope. Developers want to use the summit of Mauna Kea to build the world's largest telescope that's also powered by nuclear energy. Mauna Kea is sacred land to the Kanaka Maoli, to the Hawai'i, the Po'e Hawai'i, the Hawaiian people, to my people. And it is part of our kuleana, our responsibility to protect our aina, to protect Mauna Kea. To keep this land sacred, to respect the land, to care for it, and to defend it. Ku kia I mauna. We are here to stand, protect, and defend our mauna, our mountain of Wakea, the Sky Father. And so Kumuhina, a most beloved kumu of Hawai'i, so full of knowledge and mana, created this beautiful oli that I want to share a part of with you today. This oli, Kuha'aheo, is our anthem of Hawai'i, perpetuating our kuleana, our lahui, bringing us together collectively to share in aloha, in love, kukia I mauna, to protect and stand. Uma koko, Kuha'aheo e ku Hawai'i, Mamakakaua o ku aina, o ke ehu kakahiaka o na oivi o Hawai'i nei, no ku'ulahui e ha'awi pau ai o la mau. No ku'ulahui